Luma told her, Ada, my friend, just look at me from head to toe. Do I look like someone who is doing well? Once upon a time, in a village called Urukwe, there lived a woman called Uluma. Uluma got married to Uguna, and it was not even up to a year they got married. She took in and gave birth to a baby girl named Ako. Uluma's parents were filled with joy and happiness to see their daughter, Uluma, give birth to her own child, because they know how hard it was for them to conceive and bear Uluma. Uluma lived happily with her husband Uguna and their beautiful daughter Ako. Weeks began to turn into months, but Uluma noticed that her child Ako was not really responding well to standing on her own or doing anything a child of her age would do. Uluma would drop Ako at a place and still return to find her in the same position, still sitting there and not moving an inch. Uluma became concerned. She thought to herself, maybe her child is just responding slow to growth. After Ako turned one, there was no sign of her trying to stand on her own, talk more of even trying to walk. Uluma would complain to her parents that her child has not started walking yet, whereas her mates are already walking. Uluma's mother would tell her not to worry, that Ako, her daughter, is just 1 year old and will still walk. Soon Ako turned 2, and there was still no sign of her walking. Uluma tried to teach and help her daughter walk, but it was all in vain, as Ako still did not walk. Ako turned 3, and still no sign of walking. That was when Uluma, her husband, and her parents became concerned. Soon tongues began to wag. Soon tongues began to run that Uluma's daughter was lame. Some villagers even went ahead to call her child an Obanje, who has come to destroy her parents. Obanje is a word used by the Igbos for a child who comes and goes, but some people use it as a word for a child that is stubborn or causes trouble for their parents. Uluma would always cry and worry on what to do to make her child Ako walk. She has visited all the village herbalists, and there was still no solution. One afternoon, when Uluma was in her hut, thinking about her situation, her best friend Ada visited her to know how she was faring. Uluma told her, Ada, my friend, just look at me from head to toe. Do I look like someone who is doing well? I look like a walking corpse. How can I give birth to a child the same way my fellow women did? And mine becomes crippled. Ada consoled her and told her that her child is not crippled, that she should not worry, that all will be fine. Ada then suggested to Uluma to go to their neighboring village, that she overheard a woman at the market saying there is a strong herbalist there and is in charge of a river called Mirifioba, which is known to heal all sicknesses once you bathe in it 7 times. Uluma thanked her friend Ada and told her she will embark on the journey of going to the river Mirifioba. Just ensure her child gets up on her 2 feet. Uluma told her husband Ugonna, and her parents about the journey to go to the neighboring village to see the herbalist there. They agreed and supported her to go. Her husband, Ugonna, wanted to go with them, but Uluma insisted he stays back. Uluma traveled for 2 days to meet the herbalist. Then she arrived his hut. She narrated all her problems to him, how her child Ako, who is now 4 years old, has refused to walk. The herbalist then gave her some herbs in which she would use to bathe her daughter when they reached the river. Uluma collected the herbs and went to the river and bathed her daughter 7 times with it, then returned to the herbalist's hut. When they returned, he was surprised to still see Ako, not able to walk, because he knows whosoever goes into that river and comes out do not remain the same. He shouted, "Abomination! That no one has ever gone into Mirifioba, the river, and not get cured of their sickness." He then went into his inner chambers to do some incantations. When he returned, he told Uluma that her parents had something they should tell her, that she should go back and ask her parents how they give birth to her. Uluma was confused, but she still hurriedly left with her daughter to her village to ask her parents about what the herbalist told her. When she arrived her village, she went straight to her parents' compound to tell them her encounter and also to ask them how they gave birth to her. Her parents were surprised to still see that Ako was still not able to walk. Uluma then told them everything that has happened. She asked her parents how they gave birth to her. Her father and mother were surprised to hear Uluma ask them such questions. They were like, "What do you mean by how we give birth to you?" Uluma told them that the herbalist told her that why her child was not cured was as a result of what her parents did. Oluma's father said they did nothing wrong. Uluma was becoming impatient. She just told them to narrate how they conceived her. That was when her father then told her that when he got married to her mother many years ago, that they were finding it difficult to bear a child. So they visited the shrine of their village and begged the deity to bless them with a child. That they promised to be making sacrifices of animals to it, and also their children's children will also continue with the sacrifice. And that was how the deity gave them a child. But along the way, they stopped the sacrifice. Uluma then asked them why they did not mention this to her earlier. Her parents replied and said they thought the deity was not the problem because she took in and bare the child without a problem, even without them, her parents, making any sacrifice to the deity. Uluma then told them that the herbalist she visited said the deity was angry with her parents for not keeping their promise and made her child Ako crippled. She then asked them how she would go about the sacrifice and also terminate the covenant they have with the deity. Uluma and her parents then visited the village chief priest, who told them what to do, which they did, and everything went back to normal. Uluma's daughter, after some time, started walking, and this made Uluma, her husband, and her parents very happy. The lesson of this story is never to keep secrets away from your children. We should try to tell them everything we have done in the past which is necessary for them to know. And stop getting our children involved in whatever promises we make. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe and like our videos. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.